2025 is here, and so are the newest design trends. Whether it's web design, app design, or even a simple landing page, the way you approach it can make all the difference between just looking good and actually working better for the users. In this video, I'm breaking down the top UX design trends that are going to explode this year, and more importantly, how you can use them to level up your projects immediately. I'll also walk you through examples straight from Mobbin. Unless you are living under a rock, you already know what Mobbin is. It's a powerful resource library with a massive collection of iOS, Android, and web designs. In simple words, it has all the screenshots of all the apps in the world. Well, most of the apps. And each day they keep adding newer apps to it. So even if you don't have a particular app in your phone, maybe it's not available in your country or it's under a paywall, you can still look at the screens for reference on Mobbin. And that's why with this, you can instantly spot trends and take inspiration to use in your designs. So watch till the end, take notes, and start applying these trends to your work today. We have so much to talk about. Let's get started right away. The first in the list is proactive user experience, or PX. Now, what does that mean? You all have seen Spotify, Netflix, Google Maps, and all the shopping apps. They know exactly what you want even before you search or type anything. This has historically been possible based on what you might have done in the past. That is, recommendations based on your past behavior. But now with AI coming into the picture, all these insights, all this data, all these recommendations are going to be much more accurate and reliable. And that unlocks a lot of opportunities. And here is your role as a designer. With these almost accurate data from AI, you now have this open canvas for you to figure out how you would use this data to make experiences that are meaningful and delightful for your users. And at the same time, also tell the users that these information are crunched by AI, because as we know, AI is largely accurate, but at times it can hallucinate as well. So that kind of warning is important. For example, a platform like Spotify can use AI to predict what the users will like in 2025 based on what everyone has listened to in 2024. No, I'm not referring to because you like this, you'll also like this and all. Those are old school. I'm talking about proper prediction, which AI can potentially do. Without even knowing what will get released in 2025, AI should be in a position to understand based on the past references what could actually go viral and what could actually work in 2025. And if the companies are fairly confident about this data, they can design their products and experiences in a way that better caters to the needs of the users based on this future prediction that they have done using AI. You see, in the world of UX, the more relevant you make something for the users, the better it is for them. Next up, number 2, interactive animations. Interactive animations are set to be one of the biggest trends of 2025, and for a very good reason. Now you might be thinking, hey, animations have always been there. What is so new about it in 2025? Well, these animations are not the predefined animations that you play and people just watch like a movie. Interactive animations are the animations that can dynamically change based on the inputs of the user, which means, yes, things are moving and the user can also interact with it to change the way things are moving. Well, in the past, something like this would require lots of lines of coding on the parts of your software engineer, but in 2025, with the availability of design tools like Rive, all these things can be done directly by the designers without writing a single line of code. For example, we implemented an entire interactive game on the Swiggy app at the footer where you could tap on the Santa cap and reveal either a Santa or an empty thing. This game was completely made on Rive without writing a single line of code, and it was done just by the designers, and the asset was handed off to the engineers and they just put it inside the app just like they would put any other image or video. So interactivity is now in the hands of the designer, and that's what makes it a trending thing for 2025. Other top brands are also leading the way. Figma uses smooth interactive animations on scroll, making every interaction feel dynamic and delightful. Duolingo rebuilt its iconic character using Rive, adding personality and engagement to its learning experience. Stripe, the payment platform, uses subtle animations to guide users and simplify complex flows. Everyone likes moving things. Now imagine when the user can actually interact with it and change the way things are moving. That's a game changer. That's what everyone is looking for right now. Reports show that a page with animations has 40% more engagement compared to a page that doesn't have an animation. This level of interactivity builds a better connection of the user with the product, driving both satisfaction and retention. The next trend in the list is number 3, bento box design. The bento box design trend is something that started way back in 2023 ending, and it is going on strong even in 2025, and it is here to stay. It's going even strong in 2025 because it tackles one of the most important and challenging aspects of design. That is, making complex and divergent information easy to digest. In a bento bento grid, the content is divided into clean modular sections, giving users a visually satisfying way to explore without overwhelming them. It works exceptionally well for content-heavy platforms like dashboards, portfolios, media sites, and even super apps like Swiggy. Pinterest organizes its content in a bento grid, making it easier for the user to discover and explore all the inspirations there. The Wall Street Journal uses this layout to enhance readability and engagement, enabling readers to scan and find relevant content easily. For industries like e-commerce, media, and even SaaS, showing a lot of information in small amounts of space becomes essential, and that's where bento grid can be a lifesaver. And if you're liking this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Now let's move on to my favorite trend of 2025. Number 4, voice, gesture, and invisible interfaces. You see where we are getting to? Screens are slowly becoming one of the many interaction methods available. An important one, it is going to stay, but along with screens, voice assistants, gesture controls, and brain control interface experiments are gaining popularity. So, designing interfaces that do not always rely on a visual form and can be your opportunity as well as your challenge. Along with those, chatbots are also making a comeback, and that's largely because ChatGPT, the tool that made AI available to the masses, is chat-based. Although I don't see a reason why AI has to be chat-based for the reasons that I mentioned in point number 1 already. But still, you will see more and more chatbots taking over customer care and help sections of different applications. Now, with these AI bots, user can either type and chat or directly speak. Previously, when a human was on the other end of the chat, things were still straightforward because there was always a human to take care of some of the challenges that people face during chat. But now that there is an AI robot behind, extra considerations need to be put into designing these interfaces. So the age-old chat interfaces and voice chat interfaces that we have may not be fully suitable for an AI chatbot use cases. Although lots of companies are reusing the same, but there is a lot of opportunity where we can actually make it more suitable to be used with AI chatbots. So what does it mean for designers? You will have to refine your content strategies so that they work even without a screen. You will need to understand situational context. Is the user driving, cooking, or are they wearing some AR glasses and standing in a very crowded railway station? You will have to design for all the scenarios. You will have to do more and more user testing in unusual environments. Think about it. How does it feel whispering to Alexa at 3 in the morning? Number 5. This is a visual one, neumorphism. Again, this is not a new trend. This is one of the old ones that got carried forward from past years. But this trend is going to stay. Maybe we'll start calling it using a different name, but it will stay, and I have a good reason for it. You see, it's been many years since flat design was introduced. It's good, clean, nice, but over time, people tend to get bored by seeing similar things everywhere, and they start craving for something different. Also, trends are almost like a circle. What goes comes back again in the future. Do you remember how iOS 6 was back in the days? iOS 6, not 16. iOS 6 was completely skeuomorphic. That is, each and every element, icon, interface, and everything resembled a real physical object. The Notes app actually looked like a physical notebook with leather binding as the header and yellow texture pages and so on. I predict skeuomorphism is coming back in the next couple of years. Not in 2025, but soon enough. But till then, neumorphism is a comfortable middle ground. It offers the right blend of flat design with some elements that elevate the overall feel of it. Soft shadows, gradients, and light effects give it a partial skeuomorphic look. This style can be a breath of fresh air. If I were to look at examples, Cred incorporates flat design but with a soft touch of neumorphic buttons to enhance its premium aesthetics while keeping interactions smooth and direct. However, it is important to use this style judiciously and thoughtfully because overusing it could be a disaster. It could lead to low contrast and potential accessibility issues which you should avoid under any circumstances. So be careful and apply neumorphism only to selected elements. Maybe buttons and cards and not anything and everything which you have on the screen. Next, number 6, customizable self-expression. This means the ability for the users to control their experience either visually, functionally, emotionally to match their personality. Some examples could be, as a user, I should be able to control what information is shown to me. How is it shown to me? Is it as per my moral, ethical, and visual standards? Can I control the tone of the voice, the color palette, and so on? Now, this kind of customization to some extent had always been present in the B2B world, where companies could actually customize and modify the tool to better fit their brand's need. Now, this is going to come in the consumer apps as well. And the reason is that the younger population, often referred to as Gen Z, who are around 25 years old today, are just starting out with their first job and earning their own own money. As a result, they will likely be the majority set of people who will be using anything that you design going forward. And these users are digital native, meaning they were born in an era where technology was already mainstream and it is very easy for them to adopt newer things in technology. They value inclusivity, diversity, and they are socially conscious. They're more likely to support brands that align with their personal values and choices and reject those that do not. They also consider their digital presence as an extension of their physical life, and that's where these customizations come to play. And I'm not making any of these things up. These are all as per research papers published by very reputed organizations around the world. And companies and people who understand this are the ones who are going to thrive. And you as a designer must understand and adopt it. Some brands have already started taking baby steps towards this approach. For example, in the Slack app, you can actually customize the look and feel of the app by picking up a color scheme from a list of available options to make it look and feel like the way you want. Fold Money app lets you rearrange the widgets on their home screens in the order that makes sense to you. Grapevine lets you customize how news bites are presented to you, depending on whether you want them detailed, in bullet points, summary, simplified, or in a fun tone. And finally, number 7, animated typography. Animated typography is a highly effective way to capture users' attention and communicate messages with clarity. Unlike static text, since these are moving, it is more energetic and it does a better job at capturing and delivering emotions along with information. Whether used in video intros, in banners, or in app interfaces, dynamic typography always enhances the user experience and makes it much more delightful for the user to use, while maintaining a professional and polished look, because it's text after all. When applied thoughtfully, animated text can elevate a normal text and do a much better job at explaining what it is. So it has a functional value as well. And in 2025, you will see more and more products adopting dynamic typography. So if you do not know what it is, start your hands at animating text. There are lots of tutorials available on the internet. And those were the key UX and design trends you need to watch out for in 2025. Use this to craft design experiences that are smarter, more interactive, and more engaging. Which trend are you more excited to try on your designs? Let me know in the comments and check out Mobbin from the link in the description. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check out this video for a 15-day roadmap to upskill as a designer, and this video to learn to make cool animations on Figma. This is Saptar signing off. See you all in the next one.